All right, you guys. So I was trying to take a nap, but I feel like the Lord told me to get up and read this, um, because I heard it this morning, upon awakening, and I heard Isaiah 26, verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. That's what I heard this morning. And just with the business of the day, I didn't look it up. And I was trying to take a nap just now, and I felt like the Lord wouldn't let me sleep till I look it up. Because it was... Let me read the rest. Because he trusteth in thee. I didn't hear that part, but I heard, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. So, I know it's actually, somebody actually made a song of that. I haven't heard it in probably a few years. And, but I know it was a verse. So I looked it up just now. Trying to sleep, Lord. And I just was wondering why this verse. I read the whole chapter just now, and it's pretty deep, but what caught my attention was verse 17 through 19 or through 18. Or, well, I'll read what verses caught my attention. Like as a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery is in pain, and crieth out in her pangs, so have we been in thy sight, O Lord. We have been with child, we have been in pain. We have it as it were brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. I'm going to skip down to verse 20. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Come, my people, for enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment. A little moment, you guys, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. Those verses caught my attention, aside from verse 3. Okay. And this week has been one heck of a week for me. There's no need to go through all that, because eventually, as of yesterday, I did get some rest. And it's just one of those weeks where I had to do and kind of stand my ground on some things as far as my car repairs. Some things were supposed to be covered under warranty. And with me standing my ground with them, it ended up being there 8 days. My car was literally at the shop, like 300 feet, 400 feet maybe, behind me for 8 days. So that was sickening, and just a bunch of paperwork. So you may have heard me say this a lot, not a lot bothers me. It didn't really. It was just, my body was tired, okay? My body was tired from having to do. And it just was one of those weeks where I had to do a lot. And so I got some rest yesterday. And when I heard this word this morning, I was just thinking, it can't just be for me, okay? But when I heard it, I had an eruption of thankfulness, praise. I was stirred up. And I just started thanking God. Like I said, my personal rough week was behind me. And I really feel like, so when I heard it, I just had an eruption of praise and started thanking the Lord for whatever I thanked him for. But just now, I was just wondering, there might be something coming, you guys. And I felt like the Lord told me to get up and read this verse. Whatever's coming, okay? Whatever's coming, the Lord said, thou will keep him in perfect peace. That's you, that's me. That's everybody whose mind is stayed on thee. Also reminded me, I shared it with somebody, I don't know who it was. I intended to make a video. Joe Biden, when he was doing his speech for his Democratic nomination, his official Democratic nomination acceptance speech, or whatever you want to call it, on Thursday, he said something, and it was evil. It really just, it was evil. Because the face that he had, his demeanor, and then the way he said it was like he was delivering that speech when, to me, it looked like when George Bush Sr. was talking about the New World Order. Just real, some form of excitement about this New World Order. So I had the same sense when I was watching Biden. He said, we have CV, I feel like he said CV, economic, just to summarize, like economic ruins, racial tensions, and increasing climate change. And he said, it's a perfect storm. And when he said that, it was like he said, it's a perfect storm. Like he was excited about it. Like it was, like it was all he ever wanted. Like it was just perfect for him. His speech offered no hope. I tuned out whatever else he said. My TV was on, you guys. I don't really watch TV unless it's the local news or something, or my little one favorite show a week or something. When he said it, I just got the heebie-jeebies. Because he had that same smirk, that same look on his face as George Bush did. And I want to make a video about it. But is Jesus in your boat during the time of the storm? He said, if thou will keep, he will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on him. Something's coming. But as verse 20 says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, Whatever it is, you guys, the Lord's going to bring us to it. He'll bring us through it. And it's not going to be that long. Okay? Something is coming. And I really feel like the Lord was telling me to let you guys know. Keep your mind on Him. And He will keep you in perfect peace. It's only going to be for a moment. We've all been, the earth is having birth pains. The children of God are crying out. Just a little while longer, you guys. Okay? A little moment. For a little moment. That's it. As I said, I had a rough week. Nothing really bothers me anymore, you guys. I had like 2 years. Not back to back, but within the space of 3 years. Of intent, if 365 days of the year, 310 or 15 of those days, I was in intense spiritual warfare. Every day, something major happened. Okay. And you know what I learned? I learned not to absorb those fiery darts, but to shield them by taking everything back to the Lord. The battle's not yours. It is His. Do not burden yourself with those things that you feel weigh you down, but give it back to Him. Give it back to the Lord. I learned it sounds simple. It is true. Give it back to Him and let Him handle it. Whatever you feel you burdened down with. I'm just saying, if you ever hear me say, not much bothers me. I had to learn that. Think it not strange when you face diverse temptations. Okay? It built my faith. I felt like the Lord gave me increased faith in Him, not in myself, in Him. So this week it was pretty intense. I say all that to say it was kind of intense, like those times, like those 2 years, those 2 separate years, where I'm telling you I had something go majorly wrong. Something wanted my attention every day. Something tried to wear me down. Something tried to break me down every day, and I had to deal with it a little bit in the physical, but for the most part, I had to give it to the Lord also at the same time. And this past week was something like that. But I feel rested. And also the prayer request, if anything, probably wore me down or made me feel burdened. It was the burden for others. The things that I've heard involving children. That's why I've putting out this children's stream that I had, okay, maybe 2 weeks ago. I do have it in my notes. The needs and the prayer requests are great, and I don't mind interceding on the behalf of others. I don't, but the magnitude of what others are facing, that by itself, if anything would have burdened me, I would have felt a burden for that, for those people, for those children, for those adults, and for those needs. So let's just pray for one another, you guys. And anybody who asks you for prayer, please, because some people don't know how to pray. Some people don't know that Jesus is interceding for them. Some people don't know, they don't have the strength to pray sometimes. I've been in that situation too. Someone asks you to pray for them. Try to remember to pray for them and lift them up to the Lord on their behalf, and pray for strength for them also. Okay, you guys, I'll leave this whole entire verse in the description box, the whole, not verse, chapter. And I want to share it with you. Keep your mind on the Lord. Take everything to Him in prayer. Don't carry no burdens that aren't for you to carry. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. All right, you guys, something's coming up, but the Lord said if you keep your mind stayed on him, he will keep you in perfect peace. Only for a little moment, okay? Only for a little moment, you guys. We're going home.